Hello, in this video I'm going to start a small series of going over some visually appealing sets in the game. Uh, so I'm going to cover the Domihaus set in this video. So first of all, I'm going to show you what the set does. We'll go into this. Comes from the Falkreath Hold DLC dungeon. This is located in Craglorn if you want to know geographically where it's at. You go to Craglorn and it is over here in the eastern part of the zone. That's where that is located. If you're wanting to obtain the monster helm, you have to run the dungeon on veteran, and you'll be able to get a chance drop on one of these weights. Well, it's not a chance drop. You'll get a definite drop depending on if you've gotten all three of these or not. But then the shoulder pieces come from the Undaunted vendor from Keys, so you'll have to buy the shoulder coffers from the DLC Undaunted vendor. If you don't want to do either of those methods, then you can try and look and see if the gold vendor in Cyrodiil has them available. You can buy them for AP if that's something that you'd like to do. But those are a couple of options there on how to obtain the set pieces. So let's get into what it does. I'm going to show you what this is golded out here on the transmute station. I did not gold it out in my inventory because I don't want to burn the drow wax. But for the one piece bonus, you get 2 lines of maximum stats, 1 line of stamina, and 1 line of magicka, the standard 1096 for the golded out value. That stays that amount as long as your piece is golded out. If you have purple or epic gear, it's 1058. So you do get a slight bump in resource for golding it out. The damage numbers on this do not scale with potency, but the weapon damage that you get does. As you can see, purple value will give you 289 weapon damage, and then the gold value will give you 300. So let's just verify I've got major brutality and sorcery now. And you can see that the damage numbers do go up with weapon and spell damage, because now it is 708 and 702 for the damage there. So those numbers do scale with weapon damage increases on your kit. But how you proc this set is when you deal damage, you create a 10-meter ring of molten earth around you. Now, I will say that is a little misleading because it kind of implies that it follows you around, and it does not. I'll show that in just a minute when I proc it on the screen. But this basically, wherever it procs is where it sits for the duration. So keep that in mind. You kind of have to be somewhat stationary for this. If you're running around in a wider area than a 10-meter ring, then you are going to go outside of the ring on this. So that's something to keep in mind on what type of content you're running or what kind of build and whatnot. So you basically, all you have to do is deal any type of damage. It's not specific to direct damage or damage over time, AoE, single target, whatnot. It's just any damage, and then this will proc. So you'll get the weapon damage, and you'll also get the damage that it does. So now let's proc this here, and we'll see what happens. I'm just going to do damage to these guys here. And as you can see, there's the ring, and as you can see, I'm moving out of the ring, and it doesn't follow me. So just reset the dummies there. Let some time go by because there is a cooldown for this set. There it is again, and there's the damage being done, as you can see, on the dummy. he's getting hit with physical and... So as I was saying, there is a bit of a cooldown. It can only be procced every 15 seconds, and it lasts for 10. So, for example, if I just hit him with a light attack, now it's not hitting him with the damage, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but on dummies it is kind of fickle in terms of when it shows the damage, but it should work in Overland just fine. I'm sure it's probably a glitch with the dummy, or with my house, possibly. But as you can see, there's the proc of it. It is a fairly large ring, so if you're, let's say you're in Maelstrom Arena or you're in Vatishran Hollows, you have quite a bit of an area to move around with. If you're Overland, you can circle a group of enemies here. And it's got a pretty big ring on it, so you can have a good amount of area to walk around in and still maneuver within the damage buffing ring. So keep that in mind. So because this set procs on virtually any damage, this set is going to work on just about any build that you can do, because it's not restrictive to a type of weapon or a type of damage at all. So you could wear this wherever you want. I'm not making any kind of statement at all regarding how meta this is or how potent or useful. I'm just showing the suggestion, or the visual of it rather, and letting you see what these things can do and what they look like, because I think they're kind of fun to look at and they're not as commonly used. So just give them a try if you're trying to find a Overland fun build. Maybe you're just doing Undaunted base game dailies. This set will do fine in that. You, with the subclassing world, you don't always need to run the tip-top meta. If you've got more than one character set up, different characters with these types of sets, and just have fun with the game, I think you'll have a lot of fun with that. In solo content, you can really kind of just have a visually appealing look to your build, and you don't necessarily have to try and build the absolute tip-top, do the most damage possible. You can just have fun with the game. So keep that in mind. I'm going to close the video out there. If you like this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I do post new videos. Check out the video on my channel. If you're new to the channel, it shows you how to find all the playlists for my content. If you go down to the created playlists, all of my content is separated by subject there. Check out all those created playlists and see if there's any other videos that interest you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.